Honest J. Nowak. Oh yeah.
A pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to HJN. So today's episode on Honest J. Nowak, I'm simply going to take you a bit more forward towards some other subjects that I still have on paper lists, because I still do have a couple of them that I would like to pretty much get rid of at this point. I do have tons of papers with me every time I work. Tons of them. I do want to shove them all into the recycling bin, but now it'd be the great time to continue working for until the time is necessary where I can have them thrown away. But now, here we go on to another subject here, and this one I've actually been wanting to talk about for several months now. So here we go, I'm finally coming to it, and now this one is indeed a fighting skill that I've actually been training for a little while now, thanks to some video hints as well as some instructional clips that I have been able to watch over the period of about 1 year. So of course, if there's one fighting type out there that I've really become interested in over the last year, then well, it'd be Systema. It is a Russian method of fighting, of which that encompasses the targeting of pressure points and joints as a way of disabling or incapacitating targets. But of course, it's not always about that. It's not always about twisting the elbows or knocking someone at their knees to make them fall down. But it also actually utilizes knives and firearms and other weapons as a way of continuing to combat. So of course, you're not only training by usage of taking down a target by targeting certain sensitive areas in the body, like the face or the armpits or the lower guts, but of course you're also using things like handguns and other weapons out there, melee or ballistic weapons out there, that can also be used in the ways of taking down a target. Now, throughout most techniques that I've been able to use, other than the fact that I could just simply smack someone in the elbow, or if someone was holding a gun at me, then well, take one swift karate chop towards the wrist, so that way their handgun is pointing away from me. Or of course, you go back for the kneecap. If you don't recall that famous internet stunt of which that someone gets kicked in the thigh, they end up falling down right away. And that's simply because the knee can only bend in that certain direction. It can't really be bended towards the opposite direction. So of course, it can only bend inwards with the calf coming towards the thigh instead of the calf turning away from the thigh. So of course, if someone gets kicked right in the thigh, then of course the knee would pretty much involuntarily bend, in the same way as some people would blink if someone were to come at them with their hands. If you don't recall some procedures of which that they test out reflex moves, which of course are involuntary movements that are made independently at the will, and are things that we can't oftentimes really see coming, but of course that's just one way to take down a target, to basically utilize their reflex moves to your advantage. That'd be another good technique to utilize. But that's pretty much it here. So, if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.